Hello, I'm Stefania Spampinato and I'm on FR Conventions. I do. I remember getting into the room and feeling like there's so many people. There's like the casting called for an Italian character. There was a lot of Latin and Hispanic and French people, and I was like, another Hollywood thing where they don't care where we're from. It's just an accent is an accent, and so that was a bit of a bummer. But I was like, whatever. And then I remember the attitude of the casting director was a little bit like another one. And I was like, But then towards the end of the audition, like during the audition, I saw her attitude change and actually her giving me more time and getting nicer to me. So I was like, okay, this is fun. But yeah, I feel like they kind of offered me the job in the room, and then 2 hours later they confirmed, and I don't think I've ever screamed that loud in my life. Yeah, so much. I feel like one of the first scenes we shot, it was like Andrew and I arguing in Italian in Arizona, not understanding anything of what was going on, and it was so fun also because I was nervous, and Debbie Allen, which is very intimidating, was directing, and it felt like I was like easing into it because I could speak a language that nobody else could understand on set, so I was like, oh, I got this, even if I mess up, nobody knows, yay! So it was great. I don't think it works that way. I mean, I feel like Krista, that was the showrunner at the time, she was super gracious and super nice, and so they wouldn't, I was also down and game for anything, so I think they knew that I was down to play, and I was very happy to go to Station 19, and it was actually the beginning of COVID, so it was like a very interesting time, so I was actually super excited to be working and be part of a community so that I didn't have to be alone at home all the time. So it was great. It was great. 100%. It's also, I feel like it's important that we normalize the fact that we don't have to see, how do I say this? It's important like to then fill out the gaps on your own and make the backstory whatever you want it to be, whatever it was for you, whatever it was like for you, and I feel like it allows you to connect with a larger audience. It allows to a larger audience to identify as that character, because it doesn't have to be all the same. It can be like, I can be my backstory, but whatever my backstory was, this is where I am now, and right now is absolutely normal and absolutely great, and to be in this relationship, and I can have the movie like dream movie, romantic, you know, the 90s romantic comedy version of a queer love story, and it's great. No, I wish I could say it was like method acting and we just constructed that, but it was just there from day one, and we didn't even realize how good the chemistry was until people responded to that. We were just showing up and do our work and having fun with it, and then we saw people's reaction to it, and we're like, really? Is it like that? But it was so normal and so easy, and it was actually very surprising. One of my favorite scenes is the one where they discuss who's gonna carry, who's gonna be, you know, the donor, like where they finally agree that that's something that they're pursuing, and they're figuring out who does what and what they're comfortable with it. And it's a hard conversation, and I feel like they did it very softly, very gently, and very beautifully, which again, I think is a great example of a hard conversation to have in a very sweet and romantic way, if anything. Yes, it was exhausting and also very therapeutic and cathartic. There was a lot of crying, and I loved Giacomo. So also losing him in the show was a massive loss for me. When they told me that the character was gonna die and the way it was gonna die, I was like crying in the car. It was also raining, it was also dramatic. Kylie called me, she was like, hey, just so you know, this is gonna happen. I was like, oh yeah, really. So it was all very, very dramatic. Obviously, we didn't lose him for real, but it all felt super dramatic and super sad. But I love also the send-off that we gave to a character that was so important for the show. It was my comfort zone. Whenever I was uncomfortable, I would switch to Italian and I would be like, oh, I'm home, this is my safe space. And not that anybody made me feel that way, but the situation for me was very overwhelming as like a newcomer in this epic situation of like, oh my God. Definitely, and I feel like we don't talk about it very often, but it's something that is very present in a lot of people's lives. And again, I feel like the writers did an amazing job tackling topics that are very real and very relevant today, and make people feel seen and feel like there's a way out. Oh my God, I was devastated, yeah. Super sad because I feel like all the fears that I had before starting Grace came rushing back up. I was like, oh my God, your safety net goes away, and then slowly you process it, and it felt like it was a 7 years journey, which usually it's like the length of a cycle. So I was like, okay, maybe it was meant to be. Maybe now I can take this time to try to find out what's my taste, what do I like, what kind of stories do I want to tell, what kind of director do I want to be, and create more projects that are more aligned with my taste. And so I was like, okay, we say, in Italiano we say ogni impedimento è giovamento, which means like every bad situation, it's also could be like an asset. Yeah, I thought the writer did also a very good job making the fans happy. I know that was a very big priority for Zoanne and Peter Paige, and I think they did a great job with that. You know, you always wonder, like when Dirty Dancing ended, I was like, did they have kids? Are they happy still 20 years later? And you never know. And I feel like in Station 19 they were like, they had kids, they were happy together 20 years later. So it was very a very happy ending, I thought. Yeah, I would have liked it, but things didn't work out. Yeah. I actually shadowed a very big director in London just a month or so ago, and I loved the experience. I was super lucky to be able to shadow such a big caliber director, and also made me realize that acting is my true love, and directing is something that I want to pursue, but I don't think I could do it full time. I feel like as an Italian, I need a little bit more like chill time. Directing in America has insane hours, and I don't think I have the stamina in me. I don't have that. I need to recharge in between. It's amazing, and I also feel like, I love Paris first of all, so every excuse to come back here is a great excuse. And also, with the fans, it's getting easier and easier. There is so many people that we've seen before and we're comfortable meeting again, and there is like, it's exciting to meet the new faces. But the thing that it gets me excited is to see how much of a community they've created among each other, and it almost feels like it's not even about us anymore, but it's about the community they've created, which is beautiful because they have something in common already and they can connect over that. And so watching them become friends at this event and be able to witness that and be one of the reasons why they came together, some relationships, some people, like some amazing friendships, it's been very fun to witness.